Yesterday, we recounted the intense weekend of fighting that had taken place. It seems like the ceasefire is still holding. But again, quite pointed commentary coming through from President Trump overnight, with him vowing to eradicate Hamas if they fail to honor the ceasefire.
Very pointed language, and not for the first time in this less than 2-week-old and troubled ceasefire, a ceasefire that is meant to lead into an extended, protracted, open-ended peace in the Gaza Strip. That's at least according to the vision laid out in Trump's peace plan. It would appear that his rhetoric has two objectives. The first is to show Israel and the world that he has Israel's back in the face-off with Hamas. The second is to hold Israel off if Israel is intending to resume this war by signaling, by telling Hamas that there is still time for Hamas to play along with the Trump deal. So that language, and it's worth noting here also that his expansive use of the first-person plural does not mean he's about to send U.S. troops into the Gaza Strip. There is a small contingent of the U.S. military helping monitor this ceasefire. Again, a ceasefire that's hoped to lead into a peace deal, a peace arrangement. However, when pressed on the issue, Trump and his administration have made clear there won't be U.S. boots on the ground. So it would appear that he's speaking expansively in the name of Israel as Israel's sponsor nation, guardian ally in this arrangement.
Yeah. I mean, if it's one thing to vow to eliminate Hamas, quite another thing to actually get it done in effect. But we also spoke earlier about the fact that the Vice President, J.D. Vance, is making a trip to the region. He's expected to land in Israel later today. What's on the agenda, and what is he there to do, Dan?
Well, it would appear that at the very highest levels, the U.S. administration is trying to preserve momentum here by physically being on the ground. Remember, it's only 8 days since Trump himself was in Israel. He was feted in Israel's parliament. Then he went off to Egypt to sign up as many partners as possible, international partners, to this peace deal. Yesterday, his top envoys, Jared Kushner, Steve Witkoff, arrived in Israel. Little fanfare, but they apparently already held talks with Netanyahu about how to keep this deal together. And today, the Vice President, J.D. Vance, coming in for a 3-day visit. They've been pretty guarded at the White House about his itinerary, but it would appear that he's kicking off his visit by effectively giving a blessing in person to this international task force set up in Israel with U.S. leadership, a U.S. military contingent, to monitor the deal if and when it takes off and we're really seeing a peace deal in the works. So again, all the mechanics are coming together. There are a lot of moving parts here, and it would appear the U.S. administration is doing its best with sheer retail politics and a physical presence to make sure everything stays on track.